Hi everyone, hello. So it's me. I'm gonna do tonight's video. I'm gonna be the subject, not the subject, but on the screen. Anyway, united we stand, divided we fall. You guys know I like to always start with that. I feel like we are getting divided every day more and more. It's really just a horrible thing. And the thing is, I've been doing these videos and it's really hard to get people to watch. I mean, I do have people who do watch, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really, really do, because if you guys didn't watch, then I'd just be so discouraged. But I wish more people would, because I find myself listening to the same names over and over and over, and there's just so much more to the problem. It's so detailed and chaotic and just horrible. And but it all boils down to one thing: is that that shield protects them. That's the they I don't know what, metaphorically or something, I guess. I don't think we were looking at it the right way. Like, that shield protects them. They have like an immunity. So when people say, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I think about cops, because I've been reading so much, and really my eyes are open to things that sometimes I feel like my head is going to explode. I'm just so shocked. It's so crazy to me. Like for instance, okay, I'm going to go off the subject of what I usually do. Because, oh shoot, my dog's coming up. He's gonna want to lay under here. I'm gonna go off that subject. I mean, I'm still gonna talk about it in this episode, but I'm going to talk about. I'm just gonna give you some examples of things that make me go, Trump recently lifted the ban on hunting hibernating animals, wolves, bears, and baiting them with things that they like sugar, donuts and things. Hunters are even disgusted about that. I mean, whose idea was that? His son's? The giraffe hunters? That is the... there was times I would think, maybe he's got a good point. Because I'll listen to people. I'll hear what they have to say. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, there was an incident where Biden said, poor people are just as smart as white kids. Poor kids are just as smart as white kids. I could not even believe it. I mean, I literally watched it on, and I was just, one of his people should go up to him right then and there and just slap him. Like, they should have one of those big nets or a big hook like they used to use in vaudeville and just yank him back. And I mean, they should do that quite a bit with, oh my God, Trump, he friggin', I mean, he may as well just come out with the hook around his waist and the net over his head. But, there was times that he did say some things that weren't that bad, but, it looked like he was trying, but this is it. You go shooting animals that are sleeping. What a fucking dick. Okay, so my next one, too, is, these senior CDC advisors, senior people in place, they've been there a long fucking time. And all across the states, they're resigning. You know why? Because they were taking bribes to, build up the pandemic, to, exaggerate it. And when people were saying, oh, this is, not... They were calling them conspiracy theory. And yet it turns out to fucking be true. A lot of the times, okay? I mean, what the fuck? That's disgusting. They should have to, talking about reparations, they should be paying reparations to the families of, the people who lost their businesses because of this coronavirus thing. That's unbelievable. They've ruined people's lives. Sacramento itself, okay? I'm sorry, no. I'm wrong. What is it? I think it's the governor. Yeah, the governor of California, okay? Now, I did go into that whole budget thing of he wants to make it harder for elderly to get on Medicaid. That's how he intends to remedy the $54.3 billion budget deficit. There's something wrong, and that's right after that GW Shrub got in. I'm telling ya, he fucked us, and he fucked us good. When these people are talking about Democrats and that, I don't care. All I care about is the fact that we were in the black. We didn't owe anybody any money when Clinton was in. And they fucked us over big time. And they made money off everything. It's fucking disgusting. I mean, I really can't even get over the fact that they can force things through or tell people, you better sign it or you're not going to get paid. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is wrong with this country? I can't imagine that all of a sudden everybody hates fucking Lincoln and Christopher Columbus. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with people? It is just such a sad situation. If anybody must be rolling over in his grave, Lincoln must be. I'll tell you that much. All those families that lost their sons and some families lost every single son they had. What the fuck? You should pay them reparations. That's terrible. That is terrible. And I also think, during this coronavirus thing that a lot of the smaller countries, like the Ivory Coast, they export a lot of coffee. And they, of course, nobody can export anything. So I think a lot of those countries that depended on America and, these bigger countries buying what they've always bought are going broke. I'll bet you any money their people are starving everywhere. And I mean, look at Yemen. Those people have been starving. I'll never forget Rand Paul, like 2 or 3 years ago, and he was like talking to the Congress or something, and it just seemed like he was just talking to like an empty room, and the poor guy, he's like pleading his heart out, going, right now as we speak, there's thousands of people in Yemen, elderly men, women, children, starving. By now, I mean, I'm certain they're dead. He said they would be dead within 10 days. They were starving, and that's a U.S.-backed war. I don't even want to talk about it anymore because, it's all getting me so upset that, yes, that it's going on, but that everybody wants to just focus on this, obvious thing. Oh, they're black and cops killed them. Yeah, but they don't want to hear the rest of the stories. They don't want to hear about the cops that got killed themselves, or they don't want to hear about Jose Leon Roberto. That boy was innocent. They sent in a robot with a camera and watched him for 2 hours bleeding out. All I picture in my head is those, remember those spider robots in that movie Runaway with Gene Simmons and Tom Selleck from 1984? If anybody is looking for a movie to watch, you should watch that. It's a really good one. But, the fact that it had been 30 years before 2011 that only 2 officers have ever been charged. But now we're talking about 2015. And that was when his was. But I want to just tell you that back, you know, like, okay, in 2015, he died on March, you know, like, March 18th or somewhere around there, okay, maybe March 20th or something, of 2015. By that time, in Sacramento, they had already had 11 deaths by cops. 11. When we get done, when I get done with, you know, making this list and everything, I'm going to go through, I bought some highlighters today, and I'm going to try to get, you know, some statistics. And I'm not doing it by per capita, because you know what? Per capita is nothing. Fuck that shit. I'm counting it like regular math, you know? That's what it is. And there's always stories I just want to tell more on. And so, you know, it's taken a little longer than I thought, because I got to stop myself from just going, you know, and reading of, you know, one case, because I get so, and then I hear something else, and then I hear something else. And I mean, like, for instance, the 2 guys that are hanging, you know, they found them hanging in Palmdale, California, when I was, like, you know, so shocked about the fact that they're having a fight for an independent review. But in Sacramento, it's been made policy to have an independent review. And I'm just wondering, I mean, I thought they were kind of close, Palmdale and Sacramento, but, I mean, really, does that, the policies have to change in every damn city? No wonder why there's so much, you know, oh, I don't know what to do, can I shoot, can I not shoot, can I do this, can I do that? So all they know is, hey, you got your shield, don't worry about it. And, you know, the people aren't reading enough and learning enough and educating themselves enough to know what they should really be breaking this down, taking these policy books from every single county, every single state, you know, having some people that are going to sit there, read them, highlight them, say, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? We want, you know, we want it to be all across the country the same policy, so that you don't have such a hard time training your people. Why should they, you know, fluctuate from state to state? That's fucked up. I don't know some other states' fucking laws. Why should their laws change? It's just so fucked up. Everything's so fucked up. People, please read more. Educate yourselves more. Read more. And if you don't have to read, you can just listen. There's a lot of people on YouTube now that are just really passionate about informing you. And I'm not racist. I like to learn, and I want people to get the stories. And I want to be able to tell them. Anyway, united we stand, divided we fall. Please stay safe. Thank you. Have a great night.